Before we get started, we're going to do the 50-50 raffle, and so the winner is going to receive $37.50. So, yeah, cool. Everyone pull up their ticket.
Oh, I have Robert's tickets too, because the Hunger for Team's going to be somewhere, so I have. Oh, you have those? Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm going to read the four last. So 1980, 1980.
Oh, I think I've won that.
You got it?
Did you win?
I hope I'm right.
1980, the winner, we got Tyrone. Woo!
You said 37.50, right?
Yep, 37.50. Yay! Well, because you're at EW,
Yeah. Okay. Enjoy Connection Point. Thank you.
Well, hey guys, welcome to Connection Point. It should be a great meeting today. We're going to be going over some of the highlights from Family Reunion and takeaways, and also those market statistics as well. But why don't we jump into it? Good deal. Hey, so Connection, how many contacts did you make last week? Contacts added to the database. How many leads? How many contracts? How many escrows? How many closings? One of the things that we know right now is that if you're watching CRMLS year over year, the market is down. And that could be looked at in a couple of different ways. One way could be you could look at the median, the average, and go, well, that's the reason why, right? Like if I'm looking at my business, I go, well, the average is X, and so the reason why I'm X is because the average is X. And that's good if your plan is to be average, right? The other way to look at it is to go, well, the average is down, that means the extraordinary have risen, right? Because when the average is, when the tide goes out, what you find out is who the extraordinary ones are. Who the ones are that actually run a business that's consistent because they do the work. And one of my major takeaways we'll talk about from Family Reunion is that it doesn't matter where you want to be. You are much closer right now than you can possibly imagine. Where you want to be in this industry is just on the other side of some daily discipline, some just regular activities, and we'll get into those in just a little bit. But here are the things that generate business. Do me a favor, find somebody in the room and have a conversation about our connection questions. On your mark, get set, go.
It's a little light today.
It was John. Something this really.
Or am I having a stroke?
No, I think it's mine.
Stroke or Chris?
Okay.
Chris, this is Mark. He's on our team.
Mark, Chris, nice to meet you.
He's gonna
Come on in. It's a little late this week. We're just talking about it for a while. So, yeah.
Oh, it's the candle.
Yeah. Is Mary coming in for Family Reunion?
She said she's
And Charlie too, or no? Okay. All right, come on back. So, all right, go ahead and wrap up those conversations. So, tell me about it. I want to hear about your database right now. I want to hear about database because I know that for every agent in the Keller Williams ecosystem has 201 plus contacts in the database. They're on average making about $119,000 a year. Where are you with your database? Who added 10 contacts or more to their database last week? All right, Jackson, very nice. Looking very sharp in the suit, my friend. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. So how many contacts added, Jackson? 10. Beautiful. Good deal. All right, who else? Contacts added to database. Christine, did I see your hand up? 10. Very nice. Okay, yes. Well, the whole cell phone. Yeah, okay, good. Very good. Awesome. Good. Good. Guys, you know, here's the thing. We're in an industry that more and more is looking to third parties for leads, right? We're looking to places, I'm not going to name names. They rhyme with Billo. However, we're looking to those things. The matter is, the only reason a third-party service can sell you a lead is because they did the work of staying in contact with the people who are already in your database, right? That's it. And so if we want to continue to convert at a higher rate, we just have to stay in touch with our people at the same rate Zillow, or pardon me, Billo, or you know, other companies are doing, right? And it's even more powerful because they don't know your people like you do. All that they can do is market to them like a big nameless, faceless corporation, whereas you can actually be someone who is a fiduciary, is a friend. So we want to make sure we stay just laser focused on those database. This is the moment where the extraordinary rise. So keep an eye on those questions. Cool. Well, hey, I mention this all the time. Keller Williams is not like every company out there. It is our belief system that makes us different. These aren't just things on the wall. This is what we truly strive to live out. Brent is not with us this week, so Samantha will be playing the part of Brent Beachel. So, guys, welcome Sam.
Don't worry.
Come on up.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So,
All right. So after this, tell Brent that you want me to do this every time. No, I'm just kidding. So the quote of the week, speak in such a way that others love to listen to you. Listen in such a way that others love to speak to you. Our Y4C2Ts teach us to speak and listen. So now everyone stand up, and we're going to dance the Y4C2Ts. No, all right, ready? Win-win or no deal. Integrity. Do the right thing. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication. Seek first to understand. Creativity. Ideas before results. Teamwork. Together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Opportunities for all. Success results in people. All right, thank you. You guys can take a seat. So the first thing, we have communication. Seek first to understand. We do that by speaking and listening. But remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as speaking. That's great KW culture. Number 2, speaking without profanity. It's what Mo Anderson taught us. And that's great KW culture. Hit your monthly and annual production goals. Be consistent, be a winner. That's KW culture. Have a great culture week. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, not Brent Beachel. I feel like when she said no profanity, there were a couple people in the room who felt accused. And I think that's okay. No, never. No, never. It's poetry when some people do it. So, good deal. But hey, on your Y4C2T, do me a favor, pick one that stands out to you this week. Talk to the person next to you. Explain to them why that stands out to you this week. On your mark, get set, go. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to turn on the room microphone.
They said it kind of goes in and out.
What's that? The mic?
Yeah, I think it's more this one.
Part of it is
Why don't we should get another one of those.
we could. So right now, what I have to figure out to do is I got that microphone up there on, and we have to figure out how to sync it with D so that we can have that on, sync with this down, so just leave that on, so that we can have the whole room, because that's what makes it feel more immersive. So we're getting
Tyler's at a meeting too, with like the lunch dinner. So if you want to come to we have this one. Carla, she's not here. So this is just what, not your Oh, Ray. Have Ray put on the
All right. All right, bring it back in, bring it back in. So, all right, I'm going to count back from 5 to 1. When I get to 1, need everybody back with me. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody's back. All right, good. All right, so a lot of conversation. What stood out? What were your Y4C2Ts that stood out to you today? Or were you talking about something else? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Teamwork. Everybody together. Yeah, why does that stand out to you this week? All right, yeah. 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 You know, one of my favorite facts is that when you're looking at a steep hill, if you're standing next to a friend, it looks 20% less steep, right? And that's just the way we're created. And so when we look at this industry, we're independent contractors, but again, the lone wolf dies, right? There's power in the pack. And so lead generation, right? It's hard. It's hard. We all get call reluctance. Stand next to a friend, it's 20% easier, right? And so use how you were created to hack the system to get more. So yeah, I love that. What else? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always, you know, again, 9/10 of reality is perception, right? And so we are out front with everything. We disclose everything. Why? Because if you're perceived as not being honest, for all intents and purposes, you're not honest. Even if you were, so that it's got to be really intentional, really conscious. So yeah, and it can cost you transactions just like that. What else? Anybody? Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Yeah. When you're truly listening, time slows down, right? Because there's a presence there. And I can say that, I can give you exact, I was sitting over here waiting for you guys to be, I set a timer for just 3 minutes of conversation, and it seemed like an eternity over there, right? But for you, it probably went by pretty quickly. Why? Because you're present in that moment. So to remember when you're with your clients, slow time down. Listen, right? You're going to pick up on subtle cues. You're going to pick up on the things they're not saying if you're truly listening to understand, right? So absolutely. Cool. Well, hey, the Y4C2Ts guide us. It's not just something that we try to put on the wall. These are ideals that make us better as real estate agents, but they also will improve every area of your life the more and more you try to incorporate those. So we're going to keep coming back to them. Hey, events and announcements. 72 Sold training today here in the Market Center with Sam Othman at 12:30 p.m. Sam is in the Market Center, but ever since we did his 135, that guy is on the phone. I mean, like, he is just working on stuff. So when we left, when I saw him, I walked by, he was in the midst of a conversation. What I love is watching his pipeline fill up as a result. Save the date, listing clinic with Gene Rivers. Now, this will be here in the Market Center and virtual. So we're bringing Gene in. It's $5 a person. There's a reason for that. We could do it for free, but we want some skin in the game on your part. And $5 isn't much skin, let's be honest. But we want you to make the commitment to you, right? Trust starts with honesty. The person you need to be the most honest with is yourself, because if you break that trust, it undermines everything else you're going to do. So get signed up. Gene is a listing savant. And let me tell you, in this market, you want the listing. And as we were talking about your experience at an open house over the weekend, what were you sharing with me? Why? There were a lot of buyers there, yeah. See, in a shifted market, it's not demand goes down, it's that demand for the values goes up, right? And the market, in a sense, we have a tale of two markets. We've got the one market that's moving really slow. They're on the market for 120 days. They're just sitting there, right? And then you have the good values. In a shift, people want the good values more than ever before. Now, if you're representing buyers, what does that mean? You're competing at a fiercer rate for the good values. So what do you want to be? The listing agent who's got the property priced well, who has the problem of too many people in their open house. And that doesn't happen by accident. So let's sharpen our knives. Let's get to the listing clinic to make sure we've got that. Hey, not social media savvy? Join us March 10th with two Gen Z kids. Saul and Rudy are going to be doing this class for us. What's that? David and Rudy. Sorry, I assumed Saul. David Borja and Rudy. David, one of our most recent cappers, and Rudy, one of our up-and-comers. So check that out. Get present for that one. A lot of good information to help boost your social media presence. And then Red Day. If you haven't heard, our Red Day this year is going to be over the top. In fact, we didn't just satisfy ourselves with one day. We've got two. And so what we'll be doing on the actual Red Day is we're going to be getting the word out. We're going to be hitting the neighborhoods and canvassing, making phone calls, being in our databases to let people know about the fair that'll be going on here in our parking lot on Saturday. We're teaming up with the Family and Kids Foundation. What is the name? Yep, Family and Kids Foundation as a fundraiser for them and the work that they do. And this is one of those nonprofits that just does more than your average. Ray, you want to tell us a little bit more about that? Well, I'm just some guy. Samantha, if you would. Okay, yeah. All right, punt. Good. All right. Hey, Sam, for the people at home, the microphone. Okay, cool. No worries.
So if you really want to get involved, we're having a Red Day meeting with all of the managers that are already set in place this coming Monday at 2 o'clock. So if you really want to be involved with that, be very helpful. And then we are looking for sponsors as well. So we have this. If you know anyone that wants to sponsor a booth or anything like that, snack bar, rock climbing sponsor, we have that as well. And we make flyers and we put their logo on banners so people know who is sponsoring. So yeah, if you go to the next slide, we have some photos from last year, and then 2019. So
I'm there.
So we have, what is this one right here?
Okay, so that's the Mobile Learning Center that PNC Mobile is going to bring out. And if you look at the upper right-hand corner, that is their tent that they'll be setting up. They bring it out in the truck. It's all free, all part of our fundraiser to attract more people. And it's great for kids. The kids and families can go through there and do some things, crafts, and have some green screen photos. And it's just a give back to the community thing that the PNC Mobile does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's going to be great. And this is a good opportunity for you to go out in your community and just door knock, let people know you're involved, and then I'll be sending you a digital copy as well so you can email, put it on your social media, things like that.
Right. It's an easy phone call. I mean,
Yes.
it's an easy conversation. Hey, we are raising money for the Family and Kids Foundation. Yes. Okay, Family and Kids Foundation. I don't remember words. Family and Kids Foundation. We'd love for you to come out. It's going to be a great day for the family. Live music. There'll be food. There's games for the kids. Come on by and help support a great cause. Right? That's true. So, and again, sponsorship is not just we want our agents to sponsor booths. It's an opportunity to make connections with people out in the community as well. So go to business owners and say, hey, we are supporting this foundation. We would like for you to have the opportunity to do it too. Would you be interested in managing or taking on one of these booths, right? There you go. So help us make this a great success. More information, talk to Ray or Sam. Cool. Hey, congrats on your first listing, Jackson. Very nice. There you go, sir. Where did it come from, Jackson? Where did it come from?
It
Okay. Okay. Okay, so tell me, hold on, you said you met this guy. Give me some context. Where did you meet this guy? You know, what? Yeah? Yeah. All right. All right. So here, I just wanted this, because there's a lot here, I want to unpack it. So you met somebody at work, but not this work. You were at some other work, right? Okay, good. So if you have a limiting belief that says, well, I don't want to talk to people at work about my real estate because they're going to think I'm part-time, throw that crap out the window. All right, good. Part two, the person who hired him was a realtor, right? So again, if you got a limiting belief, says, well, I haven't done enough, no, Jackson went out there and got a realtor to say, you're the guy, right? So throw that out the window, right? So what we're getting at is business is there everywhere. Jackson, good work, man. Good follow-up. It sounds like you chased it for a while. You created the relationship. And yeah, I know this is just the first of many. So congratulations again. One more thing. Nice. I got to be honest. We got to start. Get the office ready. All right, good. There you go. Hey, congratulations to Eddie Villafan. And I don't know if you know this. Eddie had a baby recently. It's number something like that. Yeah. It's number 7. So Eddie has officially passed me. All right, that's quite a lot. But Eddie just recently opened an escrow with Madison Avenue. Not a big deal, except Eddie opened a buyer's escrow with Madison Avenue. So that's something I wanted to point out. This is an opportunity for you to support Keller Williams here, working to get your escrows with Madison. And I will tell you, having your escrow team down the hall makes all the difference, right? On our morning phone call in the mornings, Nina and Angelica are our escrow savers, right? We talk about what's going on in your business, and your business is their business. So congratulations. Love seeing that. Thank you so much, sir. Good. And then congratulations, Brent and Alice, on capping this year. Well done. There you go. What's that? Company dollar cap. There you go. Love that. What's that? There you go. Thank you, Brent. There you go. All right, and pop buys. This was something that Christine brought up in her monthly consult. And if you don't know, I meet with the top 20% with a standing appointment on Fridays. So either the first, second, third, fourth, or fourth Friday. This week I'll be meeting with ALC from 9 to 5. I'm in appointments with our top people. But this consult. So we'd like to create a pop buy club. So what we want to do is we want to empower you to be able to go out to your sphere, to your people, to your relations, and have just real easy things in your trunk you can pull out and say hi with. And what Christine said to me was you want other people to think of what to do. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anybody that would like some pop buys to just break the ice with their customers? Raise your hand.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, I think if your Popeye was Popeyes, that'd be great. So there you go. We're going to send something out. But today, after the meeting, connect with Christine and get set up. We want to see that. We'll put it on the calendar as a regular. But this is a situation where, again, there's strength in the pack, right? We're better when we work together. And so let's do this. It can have real impact in your business. So good. Mortgage Minute. Are you, Brandon, who's a Mortgage Minute? Oh, Brandon and Tim. I love that. All right. Well, there we go. Mortgage Minute from Brandon Bedoin and Tim Moreno. You'll have to pass the mic for the remote audience.
So I'll go first. So Tim and I are both mortgage brokers. We used to work together at Evergreen, but now we've gone our own ways. But we both do have offices in this office. So we want to make sure that you guys understand that, whether you go to him or I, we're not going to get our feelings hurt. We're here to help you guys. But a couple things we wanted to touch on. One was I might just, this might be easier. I'm going to have to take like 10 steps that way. But the one thing I want to talk about is credit triggers. Am I still? Wow. Just make it. casual. Just so. So one thing is credit triggers. So we've been seeing this a lot is when we go and pull credit for your buyers, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, those credit bureaus are selling that information. And what they do is they know that other creditors like ourselves, mortgage lenders, are interested in knowing who's applying for a mortgage. And they'll sell that information to generate leads. And it's really a pain in the butt for your buyers because they're going to get bombarded with solicitations and calls. So there is something that we could do to kind of help prevent that, and that is to do soft pulls. We're seeing the industry shift and make more soft pulls and not doing hard inquiries right off the bat. We will have to do a hard inquiry once we open escrow, but for a pre-approval, we're doing a soft pull, and we're also kind of educating the buyer of, hey, there's some ways to opt out of these credit triggers. So there's a website that I'll share, and I share this with Tim as well, of how to opt out of pre-screening so that they're not going to get those credit triggers. And then
it's important to understand that the dirty birdie is Equifax, right? The reality is that when we do a soft pull, we have some investors that will allow us to actually run DU on a soft pull, right? Now, keep in mind that's going to be real soft information, but it's enough information to get started. What Brandon is saying is correct. So when we go to an accepted offer and we're converting the file up to a 3-bureau merged report, we typically will remove the borrower's contact information, such as their email and their phone numbers. The problem is that Equifax has gotten smart. They have a reverse lookup engine that they apply, and they find your email, they find your phone number. So the problem that happens at that point is that's when those calls start flooding in and start getting hit. And so it's really important that you understand the opt-out possibilities, because it used to be that when we removed that contact information, it was gone. So, yeah. What was the other thing?
etiquette.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is something that I think we can both share on with regards to etiquette as it relates to your loan officer. Brandon and I have done this for a long time, going way back to when we were at Evergreen and whatnot. When you guys are getting ready to submit an offer, put your loan officer on the offer when it's being submitted. It's really important because it gives us an opportunity to jump out in front of this guy and share with him the strength of your client, right? The other thing that happens too is they understand our lucidity with regards to the file, so it settles the listing agent way down from a standpoint of that. You want to share anything on it?
So yeah, I just like to open the lines of communication and let that listing agent know, hey, I'm great at getting everyone in the loop, staying on top of stuff. I vouch for my pre-approval because I collect all the documents up front. If they want to cross-call me, I usually get the documents to their preferred lender within an hour. So I just try to make it sure that everyone knows we got our ducks in a row, ready to go whenever they accept that offer.
And one of the things that I do, and I know Brandon does it as well, when we're doing the buyer consult, once we have them pre-approved, we're letting them know that we're going to talk on a summary level with the listing agent in an effort to get that offer accepted. So just some ideas and whatnot to help you. We have a unified front. Brandon's somebody I can look up to. The reality is that we have a strong sense of support for this office, and we're here to help you guys be profitable, be successful, and make some business. So,
Thank you.
cool.
All right. Awesome. I love it. And we don't let anybody in here. We really don't. I think that for me, the culture in this office is the most important thing. And so that Brandon and Tim both have a place in this office speaks, in my mind, very highly to the type of people they are, to the caliber and the character of them. So we love having you here as a resource for our agents, guys. So thank you. So, yeah, Sam.
Before you go on, this comment that you said about when you run an offer, put the offer.
Yep.
Is that a borderline on stealing?
I don't know that you're putting it in the actual offer. I think what you meant is sending it with the letter, right? So you're CCing them on the offer letter, right? And so the way you would do that is you would say, I'm submitting this offer on behalf of my clients. You've already called. You've talked to the agent at this point. I've CC'd the lender, Tim Moreno or Brandon Bedoin, and then usually they'll just pop in with an email right after, like if you have any questions, reach out to us. We're excited, yada, yada, that kind of thing. So, yeah, cool. All right, Mortgage Minute, done. Listings. So, what just happened? Okay, there we go. Good. I just wanted to break down the market for a second because I think this is important. We keep an eye on what's happening. And I was talking with Brent about this just a second ago. If we look at the market right now, this is the new listings in February. Essentially, what we see is 50% of the new listings were $100,000 to $600,000. And so that tells me there's a big piece of the market that's entry level right now. And it's a lot of sense, right? Because if you're like me and my family, I have my bazillion kids, and we're our forever home, and we ain't forever because we're locked in. And so we're stuck. Now, the people in the entry-level homes, guess what? Their incomes are growing, their families are growing, right? And so they have an emphasis or a need to move. Also, who's buying right now? Well, median sales price was $583. So half of the homes sold $583 or under, right? So a big chunk of the market there. But the interesting thing looking at that too is 15% of the new listings were $1 million and over, right? So what it tells me is you've got two, and this is my quick take here, you've got two markets right now. You got who have to move and they're getting in, right? Like they're just like, this is our entry level, we got to get a toehold in the market. They're moving out of that home, they're crushed into. And then you have the market for the people who've got the money to play, right? The people where it really doesn't matter because they have the money. And what Brett said as he came in was, yeah, I feel like I'm getting a lot of really high value properties right now on title. And it just jives right with those numbers, right? And so why I bring that up is it's really critical to you to know which demographic you're playing in. If your farm is 100% baby boomers who are locked in at 3% right now, they're in their forever home, and they're not nearing retirement, then that's probably going to mean your farm is slowed way down, right? Now, if your farm is people who are all 60 plus who've been in those homes for 20 plus years, then you might see some mobility because they're going to take that cash, they're going to put it down, pay for something 100%, or they're going to relocate out of state. We know that that trend is happening. But know who you're looking at. If your sphere of influence is young, I hear that as a negative thing. No, in fact, you've got the sphere of influence that's making the most moves right now, I can see demographically. But also, I talk about this all the time, every young person has grandparents, right? And so talk through your database, because the other people who are selling right now, we know, are people going into managed care, right? People who are downsizing, people who are leaving the state, right? But make sure you are aware of what you're looking at. New listings this week, I've got one on the board from Daniel Taylor. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, priced at $725,000 for 1,556 or 1,156 square feet in Escondido. Woo! Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I tell you what, you get that much closer to San Diego. Listen, you're only about 40 minutes from the zoo there, and that's important to me. So, but talk to Daniel for more information. The other thing I wanted to talk about in terms of listings is some of the, and buyers too, and this came from Family Reunion. This is going to segue right into our Family Reunion takeaways. This was a slide Gary brought up in the vision speech, and I think it's important for us to know, because I've had this conversation with too many agents who tell me that prices are so high. Well, gosh, prices are still so high. What you see is the trend line. And so what we're looking at here is what 4% appreciation looks like over time. So just based on that, if this is our prices on average, are prices too high? Not really, just a little bit, right? In 2022, they were 12% above the median, or above the average, above the trend. 12% over is not crazy high, right? So our price is high, yes. Will they need to come down, adjust? Maybe, right? But are we like, oh my gosh? No. So is it a terrible time to buy based on prices? No, not at all. In fact, based on prices, it's a fairly decent time to buy. Here's the other slide I thought was interesting. These are mortgage rates over the last 20 years, or so, more than 20. Okay, what you're going to look at here is the average interest rate since 1972 is 7.81%. Where are we at right now? Around 7, right? Okay, so is it a terrible time to get a mortgage right now? Not really, no. So if the trend line is here, right, and we know that our since, let's say, since the 90s, right? what's going to happen? Mortgages are going to stay probably around where they are. They might go up temporary because we know that the Fed is going to try to crush the economy right now. They have to. So we're going to expect to see interest rates go up a little bit to slow the economy down, right? That's going to happen. So rates are going to go up. But pricing, do we expect to see a pricing crash? It will adjust with rates, but I don't expect to see a crash, and I'll tell you why. Right now, the average days on market is 30 days. We have about 2 months supply of inventory. So if we only have 2 months of inventory and 30 days on market, so and still incredibly high. So what will happen is, yes, rates may go up a little bit. We may have prices go down a little bit, but does that change cost? No. Cost stays the same, right? If rates go up, if homes go down, cost stays the same. Is it a bad time to buy a house? No. It's a good time to buy a house. So this is a conversation we need to get good at, right? Now here's the benefit too. Again, your mortgage rate is a fixed expense, relatively speaking, right? There's a little bit of adjustment for taxes, but for the most part, it's a fixed expense. We go back to those demographics that are moving. For the most part, 50% is in the $500,000 or under $5,000. These are people who are getting into the market whose incomes are growing. So the conversation to have with those buyers is, yes, I know it's a little bit of a stretch right now, but do you think you're going to be making more money in 10 years? Yeah. So the percentage of your mortgage, a percentage of your income that your mortgage is going to be significantly smaller in 10 years. If you stay leasing the home, is your lease going to be higher in 10 years? You better believe it. So let's get you ahead of housing. Let's get you into a home as quickly as we can. Right? These are conversations we've got to get better and better at. So just wanted to bring those in. I'm going to give you my takeaways, and then I'm going to let everybody else do their thing. But my other takeaway from Family Reunion is your goal is money. This industry, and Gary says it all the time, it's not complicated. It's not. It's just committing to do the things that the way sexy, right? It's not a show up. To get there, it's just on the other side of tedium, boredom, uncomfortable. Over the last 3 years, had a lot of easy money in real to discipline. Discipline is what fills the bank and creates the lifestyle worth living. So we got to get focused on that. So that's my takeaway. Your goal is much closer to you think. It's measurable every single day. You can know measurably every single day by doing the tasks that generate business. So cool. Well, hey, we're going to move into then some of the takeaways from other people who are at Family Reunion, not myself, because I know I could talk forever. You guys know that. So, so I think Sam, you were there with us. Tanya, you were there with us. Susan, you were there as well. Okay. And then who else was in Family Reunion? Ray, you were there as well. Sam was there as well. And so I didn't really put up chairs for a panel at this point. So come on up, Tanya. We'll start with Tanya. Yeah, I apologize, Tanya. I'm just going to put you on the spot. All right. Anybody else want to come up with Tanya? Anybody else want to join Tanya here?
I don't like
I know. Well, I'll interview then. That's fine. I know. Okay, so Tanya, tell me about it.
Well, I went to the Gary Keller CEO Summit the day prior to Family Reunion, and the night before I had posted, I'm looking to hire a director of ops. Are there any director of ops out there who would be willing to meet with me? And so prior to the event starting, I actually got to meet with Jay Papasan's wife, Wendy Papasan's director of ops. Huge.
Okay, now hold on, back up a step, because we know Jay writes books, but I don't know that everybody knows who Wendy is.
So Wendy is his wife, and she has a team in Austin. Was at the headquarters. I found out they did a satellite office and doing the Indy model, whatever now. But it was a huge opportunity, because the one thing that I learned through that, and also through Family Reunion, is that we all think that these major teams and everybody else is doing everything perfect to the T, doing the lead generating, calling and doing this, and in fact, they're not. My coach had said, if everybody was doing what they're supposed to be doing, I wouldn't have a job. So
yeah.
I thought that was real interesting because I always feel alone, like, okay, well, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Like, okay, if I did this, I would do better. And we all know we will, but, life gets in the way, business gets in the way, or so forth. And where I fell is my biggest crash and burn is not actually calling my database and following up with people. I get so busy within transactional that I don't do it. And we don't need to pay for all these systems if we just picked up the phone and called our database.
Yeah.
So I made a commitment last week to, with my coach, that I would do like at least 20 calls a day. And I actually was able to help. Found out that I had the wrong email address. No wonder why my client never responds to me. She's been at this place for 6 years. She never comes to events, doesn't anything I invite her to. And anyways, I was able to help connect her to get insurance on the property that she has because it was getting canceled and stuff. And she was having a hard time because it's a mobile home on land in Norco. So anyways, it was nice. I was able to help somebody throughout reaching through the database. But the reason why I brought this up is because I want you guys to realize, we think we're the only ones and we're not.
Yeah, I love that.
Not doing
I
what
love
we're
that.
supposed to be
Tanya,
doing.
how many units did you do last year?
60 something, almost
Right.
70.
So I want to point out a couple things. Tanya did 60 something, right? And
We're on track to do 125 to the market.
there you go. And but she's living under a cloud of I'm not doing it right.
All the time.
All the
All
time.
the time.
Right?
All the
so-
time, and I beat myself up, and I get mad. And lead generating doesn't mean there's different types of lead generating. And so beating my head over years, it's lead generating is door knocking, cold calling, and stuff. Well, that's just not me. I'm a more face-to-face person. Alicia, she's like, I ain't calling nobody. Nicole's like, well, I'll call them if they're a warm lead. So I mean, but we're all like that. And honestly, Alicia and I, we get a lot of our business through social media, and that is lead generating. So instead of taking that hour of lead generating, if that's the type of business you run, being an hour on social media, creating ads and talking with people and having those contacts is actually lead generating. So I asked my coach, well, when I do 20 contacts, does that mean if I'm Facebooking people, is that considered lead generating too? He says, absolutely it is, So
I think where it comes down to though is the intentionality in the system, right? Because you can
Yes.
spend an hour on social media and get nothing done.
Right, we're talking about being intentional about it. We have, the Horse Week coming up, so I'm inviting people to our booth and so forth. So that's what I've been doing this week to reach out to people. However, my biggest, Chris had to come in and help me, and I'm working on this. I don't have a drip system. If I had a drip system, my business would probably be double. Right. So, and picking up that phone and calling the people in your cell phone, your database. We all have cell phones. How many of you have those people in your database?
Yeah.
When was the last time you called those people?
I'm going to hit a couple things on the hammer. Tanya did 60 plus deals. She's still dealing with but I'm not doing everything I should be, right? Or everything's not perfect yet. If you are an agent who's saying, well, the reason I can't is because everything's not set up perfect yet, so I can't start 60-something deals, and we still have to set everything else up perfect, right?
Yeah.
So how many deals do you think were on the table? Does that make sense? If you had your drip system set up, or you'd been doing a little more intentionality in the database, what do you think was left on the table?
At least 200,000 or so.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And I did this, I think it was for Alicia a year ago or 2 years ago. My coach had me tracking in a pipeline, and then in that pipeline I would move it down to okay, well, those people already listed with somebody. I didn't get that deal. And I added it up, and it was $150,000 I lost, something like that. Yeah. So it's huge when you look at that amount and you're tracking, well, I lost this deal. I saw it go on the market because I didn't follow up with them, and have any of you guys ever done that to actually and it's sickening, right? It's sickening. When you see it, it's sickening. You're oh, if I would have just called that person, then maybe I would have got that deal. But we can't get mad that they go to somebody else because we did not follow up or call them or when was the last time we talked to them.
Absolutely.
So. And then one other little quick takeaway at the CEO Summit, besides the wealth was amazing. So my whole team, we're all going to KW Wealth in Austin in May. One of the speakers had said, learning to say no to things that aren't as important or matter, and in our business we are getting invited to this, getting invited to that, you're getting invited to everything. If your business isn't on track, then you should say no. Winnie Papazon, on the other hand, she's not out in the field on a daily basis, and so her main job is to actually go out and network and stuff to keep bringing all the referrals and everything else in. So that's different, but her business is on a different level than mine. So
right.
Anyway, so I just want to point those out.
Nice. So, okay, awesome. Anybody, who else? Takeaways. Yeah. Sam, did you want to jump in? All right, I'm going to go Sam, then I'll go Alicia. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, Sam.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
By the way, the 1230 today, about 72 sold. I have something a little different, and you guys, that could benefit both, all of you. It's about commission. And it's about, I'm introducing the venue of services. So when somebody asks you, what is your commission? And you are going to tell them, you decide.
Yeah.
That throws them into a loop, right? We'll talk about some more. So my takeaway is database. Your database is your bank base. A database that is not on the time been feeded, and you add it to your database, it becomes a stale database. And it's actually going the other way. That's one thing I learned about that. You have to add to your database all the time to keep it fresh. And you have in communication with your database, period. Imagine, Tanya said, I mean, look at this. If just look at the amount of tremendous production that she makes. And that's only, if you look at the whole pie, it's only 1/3 of the pie that she had perfected and really crazy about, which is social media. Could you imagine if she really pays attention to her database and do the drips and do all that stuff, the second pie of it? That circle will become more of a circle instead of a halfway circle, if you will. So if she's not doing it perfect and she's making that kind of production, let's not do it perfect too. You know, really. What I got from that is believe in yourself, your mindset. All the mistakes that you make are exact result of why you should be in this business. Do it over and over and over again. Double, triple, quadruple your efforts just to survive in this market. Have a new, fresh outlook on your business. Know your numbers. I know when I met with Chris, and he's always talking to me about how much he's spending, why this money is going here, what is your ROI, what are you doing? You need to tighten your belt on this. Now, I know what he's talking about, but I don't know what he's talking about. But I know what he's talking about, but I really don't know. I really don't know, but I know what he's talking about until I start really looking at my numbers. And I said, I know what you're talking about, Chris, now. We hear it all the time. Really, no, cut the fat off. And I have a lot of fat to cut off, but cut the fat off. Really, do that. Reorganize everything. Just chop it out. And just pay attention what makes sense. Do not wait for whatever you're doing for a long period of time. Always look at it. How much of an ROI I'm getting on this? Is this working or is it not? Within 6 months, if it's not, stop spending that little money that's going to calculate into a huge money, and you will know where is your money is going. That's why you have to have a profit and loss statement every single month. My wife, we print this all the time, and that could be a problem too. If you're comfortable, then it's not good. Don't be comfortable, because your comfort is you're coming down. If you print the profit and loss statement on every single month and you look at it, I tell you what, your stomach starts turning. I said, where is that money going? And the challenge is every single day, if you can, write down every penny you spend, even on the automatic for your the money that goes out. Just write it down for 30 days, disciplined. At the end of the 30th day, you're going to go out there and shoot yourself. No, really, because you're going to find out, oh my God, all that money is going that I didn't really think about. And you could save so much money. It's amazing how to cut the fat off.
Yeah.
These are some of the things I have learned.
I love it. I mean, that's a huge takeaway. So I'm going to, just a couple things. So Sam said that everything, all the struggles, all the mistakes are why you are the person who is qualified to do that. You know, and that was a heavy from Ed Millett, right? Great keynote. His book, The Power of One More, is just incredible if you have an opportunity to listen to that. The other thing I heard was get your finances in order, right? Now, Sam can look at his business and say, I'm spending on my business, and you may not be at a point with that. Maybe you are. What Gary said was start with your personal, right? Look at your subscription services. Look at your Amazon habit, right? I know for me, the voice of accusation comes in supplements and vitamins, all right? I know, I've got a problem. It's one of those things. But, right, like it's where are you spending your money, right? And do you know? This doesn't just happen, Tanya, right? So, right, but do you know? do you know? Like, are you saving money on your subscriptions, but you're not anymore because your subscriptions now cost more than cable would have, right? Do you know? What could you live without, right? Do you know how much you spend on coffee every month, right? That's a thing, right? So just those things, get your house in order. So I love that. Okay, did I miss any points from Sam? What's that? Okay, good. Who else? Lisa, you had something you wanted to add in? Yep. For the people at home.
I'm Alicia Hernandez. I'm on Tanya's team, and I took this amazing class with Jason Abrams. I loved it. Live in the top of the funnel when you feel like the bottom is falling out. And he gave us 10 printouts of really important information, and I shared it to everybody that went to Family Reunion. But if anybody else is interested, I can email it to you. It's 10 quick sheets of how to get more business, and it was really eye-opening. Like, I felt just taking that class was worth the whole trip out there. So really
Very
good
cool.
information.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. Email that to Sam, and let's get it out to the, let's just get it out. We can maybe do that at one of our team meetings for sure. Yes. Come on up, Suzanne. Yeah.
You can download the playbooks.
There you go. There. So we broadcast live to Norco, and so there you go. Yep.
Hi, everybody.
Yep.
My name is Suzanne Hove, and I'm actually with Keller Williams Corona, but I'm here visiting today, so I'm honored to be here. I went to Family Reunion. I've been part of Keller Williams since like 2011, and I've been going to Family Reunion a lot. So it's well worth. If you haven't been, I highly encourage you to go. I always go with a purpose and try to. There's so much information that's thrown at you. So my focus was online leads, and ISA, inside sales agent information, and I was able to get a lot of really great tips from those classes. I feel nervous all of a sudden.
That's
so
okay.
I'm like,
I know.
oh,
Yeah.
what did I learn? But it was really, really good. I think just hearing. There's no secret sauce. Like, there's nothing, there's been a lot of changes on my team as well, and different things, and different people like, oh, what else can we do? What else can we do? It really is just going deeper in what you already do. Find what you love to do. If you like to cold call, cold call. If you like to do events, do events. If you like to door knock, whatever it is that you're generating leads, make sure that you're doing it at a deeper level. And Gary said from stage 2, if you've been lead generating 2 hours a day, you need to lead generate 4 hours a day now, just to make it in this market. We've seen thousands of agents already leave the market when at the end of last year, people are going to find part-time work again because the market slowed down so much. And so if you want to survive it, it is actually a great time to build market share and to take more of the market because there's agents leaving. And so go for it as harder than you ever have done before. Look at the things that you're good at. We have a couple people on our team that are really, really good social media. It's not my strength, but even this week, we've just made it a focus. Like, we're going to do this, like, whether I think reels are stupid or not, I'm still going to do them because other people like them. So, and so we're doing them. Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, I can't read the little bubbles they're doing fast enough, but whatever. People like that stuff. And so I'm just taking, doing the things that make, like you said, things that make you uncomfortable. The more you do it, the more comfortable you become, and you can get better at it. And don't let fear hold you back. That's always been something that I have to tell myself, that fear stopped me so much. And so once you step past that, just the opportunities are endless. So it was really, really good. There's playbooks. Like, if you go on to KW Connect, there are playbooks that you can download, and the classes that she was talking about, you can actually do a QR code and you can scan those, and most of Jason Abrams' playbooks are in there. So just scan the QR codes, take as much as information as you can. Mark from my team is here today. He did, there's a divorce, actually how to market to people who are getting divorces and connecting with divorce attorneys, and that was a really good playbook and something that we're exploring as a team as well, because unfortunately there's a lot of people that get divorced. So how are you going to help those families? Nobody wants to see people get divorced, but it happens. Right. So are you going to be the person that they turn to when they're going through something like that? And are the attorneys that don't know as much about real estate, that are asking for CMAs and they don't even know how to read one, how can we be of value to those attorneys? And so just so many valuable things that we took away as a team, and Was really grateful to attend. So, and thank you for letting me be a guest here
Oh,
today.
thank you for being here. Just real quick, give me some context. How many, because you talked about fear and how many things has fear held me back from. I think that resonates with a lot of people. So unit-wise, what kind of numbers did you do last year?
As a team, we sold 58 units last year.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was about the same as the year before. A little bit better as far as volume goes, but I think that a lot of it was the price point, just because the price point got a little bit better.
So I just wanted to say, though, like, if fear is stopping you, great. Get over it. You're always going to have fear, but you can sell 60 homes or 58 homes with a little fear. Does that make sense? So, and you can look back and say, what did I let fear stop me from doing? Don't let it stop you from doing anything. Get started, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Cool. Good deal. Thank you. All right, Ray, come on up. I want to hear your takeaways. Yeah. It is getting late. We got just enough time for you. So let's 23. I would say solid 45.
Just want to do a little rap tune real quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So based upon what she was saying she doesn't do what she needs to do, and her business could be double. And what I like about Family Reunion is because we're a technology company. I'm all into technology because, contrary to popular belief, I'm shy. I'm a back of the room kind of person. I don't like face-to-face. I don't like calling. I don't like door knocking. Can you just leave me at home and text me, and I can list your home through email? That'd be great. And so doesn't happen, unfortunately. So I like the technology that we are a technology company. So I visited every single technology breakout I could and just got giddy with excitement because there's so much that Keller Williams is providing us through Command. They've been doing it all along, and now it's even getting better. And so there's some things that are coming out first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter that are just amazing, and I'm excited about. So I want to deep dive into Command, into technology. I need to start communicating with my database somehow. I've never done that before, but I have been being, I've been comfortable with where I'm at, and now I need to get uncomfortable. So I challenge each and every one of you to attend every single class we have here. I mean, we've got great training. I mean, every single day there's something going on in the Market Center, and if there's not a training class, show up and work from here because you will glean from everybody that's around here. Amen?
Cool. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, I want to hit I want to hit Command again on the head. Right now, Command is producing leads at $3 a lead via Facebook. Now, those leads need to be sifted, but what does that do? It grows your database, right? Now, I know the bigger your database is, if you're working it with some sort of automation, the bigger your income is, right? And so right now, if I say, well, my sphere isn't big enough, I don't know if people in my database, all these limiting things, right, just plop a little money on Facebook ads. Now, what I love about that even more is I can run campaigns on, I spelled campaigns, I can run campaigns on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and Command actually allows me to target my database, meaning that I'm not just taking a shotgun and blasting out to whoever may see it. The people I want to communicate with, I can target them directly, right? Incredibly powerful. Also on Command, what you need to look into is direct mail, and it is super easy. Jen and I were looking at this last week. To go in and create a postcard and send it out to to a predefined group in your database or around a listing, it's like that. I mean, literally, you can get it done in 15 minutes without any sort of stress. And you can put a QR code on that, so if they scan it, you know who is interacting with your print campaign. It's right there in Command. So incredibly, incredibly powerful tool. What I'm taking away on Command is Keller Williams looked at what you need to be a mega agent. And they looked at all of the different tools and integrations that you need to be a mega agent, and they said, how can we offer it to our agent body at the cheapest price possible? And they created Command. And they launched it poorly a couple of years ago, but it's caught up. It's caught up, and now I'd say it's as good or better than anything else out there. So if you're not taking advantage of it, please do.
There is going to be a Command class next Tuesday, right after Connection Point, and there's a following Tuesday as well. So we're going to try to do two Command classes a month. So
Cool.
Connection Point.
All right.
So if you're still here, you need, then we're going to get into Command.
Good. All right.
So bring
Hey.
your laptop.
So just to welcome today's guest, Anthony Garcia from Timber. What is Timber? I don't even know. What? I guess you're here to tell us about that. So there you go. All right, guys. This is for our agents at home and in our Norco Business Center. So, all right. Good deal.
I'm Chris, and this is my business partner Anthony. We do custom wood work. We sell a lot of closing gifts to realtors. We have custom CNC machines for like custom woodwork as well as laser engraving machines, so we can put clients' names, their wedding dates, whatever you want to personalize a gift. And what we're finding is with the cutting boards that we're selling, most people aren't actually cutting on them. They're like really beautiful and finished. They're getting displayed in their kitchen, which is a high traffic room in the home. So it's kind of accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish with the closing gift. You're trying to increase customer satisfaction, but also to generate new referrals, and your name will come up naturally in conversation because they're gonna, like, I have them displayed in my house, and I have people constantly asking me like, oh, where did you get that? And they'll be telling their friends, family, this is my realtor got me this board, they gave it to me when I bought the home. So it's a great gift. We're local. We have a warehouse in Temecula, and our lead times are only like 1 to 3 business days depending on the board and coaster combos that you're ordering. But so we have fast turnaround times, and we even have a deal going where if you want to order up front, like if you're moving a decent amount of homes, if you wanted to order 5 like of any one item, we'll give you the 10-tier price. We have the pricing, and we can email you guys all the information as well, but we have those and we can show you samples in the other room too. So we brought some boards and stuff so you guys can actually see and feel the product and everything. So is there any questions that you guys? Sure. Yeah, I mean, we actually presented at the Keller Williams in Temecula, and there were some people that wanted to buy one board that's engraved, that's going to be displayed, and another that they can actually cut on. So, I mean, we can do anything custom. Other things we can do is like signs with like a wooden key sign where you're doing an open house. I mean, we have all the machinery to do that. We have table saws, miter saws as well. And so like some of those boards are completely handmade, starting out with big planks getting cut into strips, glued up. So we can kind of do anything wood related. We do acrylic signs, leather, like so anything that you guys want.
Do you do both sides of the board?
Yeah, and that's one other thing. On there too, you'll see if you flip it over where it has the coaster. Yeah, so it's right here. I'll show you. So this is kind of just an example. We can put, and it's included in the pricing, we can put your information engraved on the back, whatever you want, be it Keller Williams or your personal information. I recommended putting it on the back though, so it actually gets displayed in their home. So
yeah, absolutely. Cool.
All right.
You can put like their name, their family name on the front,
yeah,
and your stuff on the back.
Yeah, I mean, we can do like split monograms. We can do whatever. We have a whole bunch of layouts that you can look at on our site to kind of give you ideas, but we can also do custom stuff.
Very cool. All right. Awesome. Well, that's a great opportunity for a closing gift, and something I'm going to put in my back pocket for sure. So very cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in. Good deal. All right. Well, hey, guys, what I want you to do right now is connect, right? We are better when you work together. So make an appointment to role play with somebody here in the Market Center. Make an appointment to come in and meet your daily contact goals together. Talk to Christine about the Pop-By group, right? And let's go get that business. Anyway, thanks, guys. Dinner in the kitchen, or not dinner, lunch in the kitchen. I don't know. I'm just some guy. It's dinner. It's been a long meeting. Anyway, all right, we'll see you guys later. All right. Good deal. All right, good deal.
You made me want to start selling houses, man. Good job. What's that? You made me want to start selling houses. Good job, man. I'm Anthony.
Good deal, Anthony. Man, yeah. Hey guys, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem. We appreciate the
Hopefully we can get you guys some business. These are
That'd be
cool, man.
amazing.